We're listening to you a little bit. We're live
Wow.
Facebook, but we're listening to you a little bit. So I'm just going to
Mm.
do a little bit of typing here.
Wow, where did you find that?
On YouTube.
Wow, sounds really good. Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow, sounds really good. I remember that day actually what happened in Halloween in Itaewon in Korea. That
Say,
was the same time. Do
say
you
that.
remember there was big accident during the Halloween season?
Oh no, I don't remember. When was that? Last, you
The,
mean this
there
past?
was a there was a few weeks ago in
Oh,
Korea, Itaewon area. There are huge accidents.
oh,
So like 158 people died.
oh,
It was the same time that I was playing that like 2 a.m. concert in Korea.
oh,
Actually,
wow.
same day happened. So
Really?
yeah,
What was the accident? How did it?
it was a big issue right now in Korea. Like many young kids came out and it was out of control.
Oh, really?
So many people died.
Wow.
Yeah, too
That
sad, too bad.
that that's very unusual, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I remember after I performed that, there was a 2 a.m. concert, which is unusual. 2 a.m. concert in Korea.
That concert?
There was 2 a.m.
Oh wow.
But people show up that time.
Wow.
And I was going back to my home, and I heard a lot of sirens and emergency cars, and yeah.
Wow.
So now I remember that especially that moment was really too sad. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Man. Wow. Well, let me properly introduce you to people who are watching. Um,
Mhm.
this is my friend Yoonseung Cho, who I always call Cho. And he uh, he lived here in LA for a while, and we used to play together, and just had a lot of fun. And we made a record together called Bohemian, which we'll play a little bit later. And then he went back to Korea. Ooh. and and now lives in Korea. But he's lived around the world in various spots.
Mhm.
So thanks for being on. It's
Hi everyone. Hello from Korea. Uh,
so um, that was Ravel's Bolero. Is that correct? Or
yes, Bolero by Maurice Ravel,
yeah.
and that was my arrangement, one of my arrangement. Uh, I made that arrangement for saxophone and piano,
Uh-huh.
and many people really like that. So I rearranged for cellist.
Oh.
There's a one very famous Korean cellist. His name is Hong Jin-ho. We performed it in so many concerts, so many times, and he really liked that. Many odd meters like 11/8, 13/8, 6/8, 9/8, and 3/4. So many different odd meters in that arrangement. So
So
consequently, like moving the cycle, the beauty of the random
uh-huh.
of the cycles.
Yeah.
I try to express many different kind of odd meters in that arrangement.
So let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when you're writing that, you
Mm-hmm.
sit down and how does that come to you as far as the different meters? You know, is it a real kind of spiritual flow, like you're in the moment and you hear this odd meter in this place, and then you put it down and you work on it, or you keep going, you know, just moving along? What's your process?
I'm not great odd meter player. Um, I'm not really comfortable playing like 7/8 or 5/8,
Yeah.
that kind of things. But I trained classical. Um, I practice a lot of classical material like Bartok, Ravel, and Scriabin. So um, instead of I feel the cycle of the altimeter, I read the different altimeter, like few bar of 11/8, few section of 3/4, different section of 6/8. So I read the patterns. So that way is I feel much easier than like natural flow of the altimeter. Because when you see the score of the Bela Bartok, there are a lot of like meter changing. So it is for me easy to read
Yeah.
like classical reading,
Yeah.
and I use that kind of mechanism in that tune.
Yeah. So you actually will be you'll think what can I bring in to this arrangement in that similar.
I try to make random like parse, like like 7/8 always like start, you know marking like different clave, or like mechanic clave. So I
Yeah.
try to avoid that. So it's like more flow when I mix all together, like has different random beauty. So I try to express that in because it is very easy to apply that tune because it's well-known melody. So it is easy to apply. If I use random irregular odd meter in unknown tune, probably we don't get it.
Yeah.
But if I use well-known thematical material,
Yeah.
I think it is easy to make, because we hear the reference, we hear the thematical melody.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you done a lot of songs like that? Have you arranged a lot of songs like that?
Yes, because the good thing in Korea, there are many classical players, many string player, so many great piano players, so many great woodwind player, string player. So I have more chance to work out with them.
Yeah.
But they're not great improvisers. So I have to write all the part and rhyme and section. That's how I develop my arrangement writing skill, because I work with so many classical players. They're really good reading. They have a great, well-trained classical player. So whatever I write, you know, different kind of, if it's like really complicated writing, they can read like immediately because they're well-trained.
Yes.
So I'm very lucky
Yeah.
because I know them so many different kind of string players. So
Yeah.
I keep constant writing more and more uh, complicated arrangement for them to
Wow.
build my ability. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so are there like, are there players in Korea like you would find in Los Angeles as far as jazz players too?
Yes, there are so many young generation, really good players, um, many great drummers. Um, there's I work with this four different drummer. One is a female drummer. Her name is Seo. She's great improviser. And actually, a few hours ago, I was performing with her.
Oh,
Super Sax by Matt Flory's arrangement,
yeah.
and
Wow.
five sax and one trombone and one trumpet,
Oh
drum
my
and
God.
bass.
Wow, it lives
Yeah.
forever. Do you know when I first came to Los Angeles, I was a waitress at a famous jazz club called Dante's. And
Uh-huh.
I was 21. And that was when Super Sax was happening. And
I see.
they used to play there.
I grow up listening LA Boys and Super Sax. I really like the artwork of the Super Sax LA Boys. So there are many Korean great drummer, Lee Sang-min, Shin Dong-jin, Seo Soo-jin, and Kim Jong-kook is a new, young, great drummer. Maybe one day when you come to Korea, we can set up great rhythm section for you. So you will really like him. Probably you don't know. It's not well known internationally, but so many great local players. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Wow. And what about, I know you have a love affair with Brazilian music. Are you working on any Brazilian music too?
oh yes, I have many friends in Brazilian consulate in Korea, or Brazilian embassy in Korea.
Yeah.
There's so many diplomat, the people who work for the embassy,
Yeah.
or the Brazilian friends. Um, Basically, they are not musicians, but they love Brazilian music. So when I have some concert show, I invite them. Sometimes they invite me in Brazil, Brazilian embassy in Korea. So we had many shows and concerts over there. And recently, I produced one album for my friends. He's great Korean singer. His name is Rust Choi Hong Seo. He graduated Berklee, and he was R&B singer, pop jazz R&B singer. But I recommend him to sing some Portuguese songs like Jobim, Chico Buarque, and Milton Nascimento. And he learned in such short period, short time. He learned so many Brazilian songs, and we had many gigs. We try, we had many concerts. Then a few months ago, we recorded with many string player, and there's one Brazilian guitar player in Korea, and percussion, drum and bass and piano. And he was singing all in Portuguese. I can send you the cover of the
Okay.
CD, and
Yeah.
it also came out in LP. Like,
Oh, yeah.
hang on one second. I will show you the cover.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Cool. He's doing so much. Yeah, Roland, I will I will ask him. Yeah, he oops.
Sorry, this one.
Oh, nice cover. Beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful
this
album
guy.
cover. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
kind of greenish, green color, because the green color represents Brazilian Amazonic.
yeah.
But I took the picture for him. We went to Jeju Island. Jeju Island is located in south part of Korea, a very fantastic island, very mysterious island too. We went to that island and I took the picture. That's the him.
Wow, that's cool,
Yeah,
Joe.
the name of the album is the Brazilian Songbook.
Is that available on um the usual kind of like
Yes,
yes?
yes,
Okay.
on online. Yeah, you can find it online.
All right.
Um,
We're all
when
right.
I go when I go to LA, I will bring few LP for you. Do you have an LP player?
I do. I actually
Good.
do. My husband, I don't know if you remember, but my husband has like 11,000 records.
I see.
Remember
Wow.
that? Yeah.
So he sang Camino Cruzado, Ajá, As Praias Desertas, Natal, Modinha, From It to the Moon in Brazilian style. Eu sei que vou te amar, trocando em miúdos, sem compromisso, falando de amor, nova, Viagem Milagrosa, all Brazilian song. It's a great album.
Did you choose?
Um,
Did you choose those songs, or did you?
yes, I choose
Yeah.
all the tunes for him. I wrote a few original. I wrote a few songs for him, and he wrote the lyrics
Oh, in
in
Portuguese,
English. In
English.
English,
Okay.
only few
Oh,
tunes.
that's cool. So is Brazilian music popular in Korea? I know in Japan, Brazil, it's very like in Brazil, there's a lot of Japanese people there. I don't know about Korea.
Yeah. It's not so popular, but there are few. Um, you know, I think always Japan. In Japan, there are many community who likes Brazilian music,
Yeah,
but not so many
in Korea.
people like in Korea. Yeah, I think it's recently starting.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, well, yeah, that's beautiful. I can't wait to hear that. I really can't wait to hear that. That's gonna be gorgeous.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, it's a huge amount of the ensemble, like 17 string player was playing in the recording.
oh,
Yeah. So string section and rhythm section and voice. I'm pretty sure you will love it. Yeah. Great.
my friend Cho is always creative. Hey, I have a few questions for you.
Yes.
My friend Roland Askerons, you probably don't remember him if you ever met him, but he loves Yun San Na. Do you know Yun San Na?
Yes. Yeah. She's a great singer, jazz singer.
Yeah.
Na Yoonseung, very famous in Korea. Also, she's very well known in. She had many shows in France, I guess. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, Roland. Roland's a big fan of hers. And I have a guitar player friend of mine, Taylor Hatch. He would like to know, he has studious questions. In your practice, as you were developing your musicality, how
Mhm.
did you balance learning tunes versus focusing on technique?
Oh, very difficult question.
You always ask difficult questions, don't you,
Yeah.
Taylor?
Can you say it again?
Yes. So
To
as you were practicing, as you
hmm
were growing,
hmm
how did you balance, what was the balance of learning songs
hmm
and learning technique?
Um, I went to classical music school, so naturally I have many different way of background, many different way to get the classical technique,
Yeah.
and still I'm struggling because I didn't continue studying classical music. I changed to jazz music,
Yeah.
but still I practicing. I read many different scores. Um, One of my hobby is researching new tunes, unknown tunes, because when you hear the well-known tune, you can predict the harmonic changes.
Yeah.
But when I check the scores on unknown tune, I can get many unpredictable chord progressions, also harmonic settings. So I spend a lot of time like reading new materials, new tunes. Uh, not so much uh, romantic era. I really focus in impression. It's like all in early late 19th century or early 20th century, like 1920, 1916, like that period of music. I really like the movement and the textures. So also I know how to improvise. So I use that kind of technique and I improvise. I try to imitate and I try to assimilate.
Yeah.
Also, I try to innovate. That's my learning process. And the learning tune, there's so many tunes we need to learn, like, American composer and classical composer. There's so many different kind of huge amount of tunes, and I think it all goes together, like learning tune and learning technique. I think goes all together for long terms.
Yeah.
I'm not I never get my technique in 1 week or like 1 month. Maybe I focus on few different technical topics and spend like 2-3 years, but like in maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I don't spend like many hours to build my technique. I really like always gradual, but like a few amount of the time, but long term, and I repeat many times.
That's interesting. Yeah. So you're putting the information in every day, but not for long. You're just going here, that's the information, that's the information. Then after
Yes,
time it
yes,
infiltrates your thinking. Yeah. That's
and I also imitate. Like sometime when I see the score of the Scriabin Etude,
yeah.
um, first I play exactly as written.
Yes.
Then I codificate. For example, I name the chord change, like chord symbols.
Yeah.
Then I try different stage. I try different texture of in mix my texture and the original texture. I try to mix all together. And the next step is totally creating new materials. But it's important to know like original as written. Always I really, really need to practice as written first. Now naturally I can, it came out natural without thinking. But still I need to learn many different kind of composers.
Yeah.
But I always focus like impressionism, French impressionism and Russian impressionism. I really like that period.
Do you think um I know you do some artwork, right?
Mm-hmm,
Which I'd like to see a little bit right now. But
mm-hmm.
do you think this, what you're talking about, um, has affected your artwork as well?
I start artwork. You mean the picture and painting?
Yeah.
I do that because I didn't like the concert poster. That's why I take picture and I paint and I send it to the editor and he making the poster. That's how I started. But I don't see a lot of connection with um, my improvisation or my composition. But I always try to relate like symbolism and minimalism. I really like the simplification, because I don't have a great technique for painting.
Uh-huh.
Um, but it is interesting. I think Onet Coleman, he he painted a lot to get motivation for in his music. So I tried that sometime, and I took many pictures, film, and digital camera, and sometimes I uh, just watch the picture and I try to improvise. It's like film music. I try to I see the image and I try to improvise. I try to create related what I see, and that's also the way of practicing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sometimes it helps because I I try to write a lot of music for film, and lately I have many contact with film directors, and we are working out writing music for the film and for image. Probably next year I'm gonna do more writing for film music in Korea.
That's nice. I have a friend who's, let's see, her name's Catherine Bostic. She's a piano player and singer and a film composer. And
Mhm,
she writes a lot for documentaries, some great documentaries. Amy
mm,
Tan, the
mhm,
author, Rita Moreno, Toni Morrison, the author. So she wrote some beautiful stuff, and she started off as a jazz piano player and singer,
mhm,
and then started writing, just writing songs. It's really beautiful, and Dan Davila and I actually produced her record, which isn't quite a record yet, but a few years ago we went into the studio with her, and we created a new description, which was cinematic songwriter, because it really
mm,
has this songwriter
mhm,
um, expression, but it is cinematic too. It's really
mhm, mhm,
great music,
mhm,
really nice.
mhm. That's nice. The title, cinematic. Wow, it's kind of new genre for me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm making also the documentary,
Oh,
my own documentary.
really?
There's a few uh, movie director really like to make music documentary film
Yeah,
for the festivals. There's in Korea there are many film festivals.
yeah.
So I'm making my own movie. I actually he's making movie. So I have to write a lot of music, and he actually start filming all my concert, my like since beginning of this year. So it's gonna come out 2023 next year, probably in
Really?
spring. Yeah, it's gonna come out.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's kind of fast, isn't it?
I will send all the information. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of fast. Is that maybe he recorded that concert that we saw?
No, he didn't came, but he came actually today. He filmed Super Sax.
Yeah.
Uh, Now it's 2 a.m. in Korea, so it was yesterday. The concert yesterday. He came with all the staff, cameraman, and few staff, and they shooting all the rehearsals and shoot in the concert.
That's cool. I love that. Hey, I want to play a cut from our record, Bohemian.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What is one of your favorites?
Fragile. I really like the Fragile. Yeah,
I love that
yeah,
one. Okay,
yeah.
we're gonna play it. If you need a break or anything, you can do a break, but I'm gonna play this now. Um, Yeah, I might share the screen just for our cover, but this is,
Hmm.
we made this in, I think we made it about 10 years.
2010. Yeah, 2010, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So Cho, he was living here and he had decided to go back to Korea, and actually we didn't intend to make a record. We just said, "Oh, we should record, because we've had a lot of fun." So we went into John Leftwich's studio,
Mhm.
and in 2 days we recorded this record, and it's one of my favorite records. It's great. So here's Fragile, and if blood will flow when flesh and steel are one, drying in the color of the evening sun, tomorrow's rain will wash the stains away, but something in our minds will always stay. Perhaps this final act was meant to clinch our lifetime's argument that nothing comes from violence, nothing ever could. For all those born beneath an angry star, lest we forget how fragile we are. On and on the rain will fall like tears from the star, like tears from the star. On and on the rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are. The stains away, but something in our minds will always stay. Perhaps this final act was meant to clinch a lifetime's argument that nothing comes from violence and nothing ever could. For all those born beneath an angry star, lest we forget how fragile we are. On and on the rain will fall like tears from a star, like tears from a star. On and on the rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are, how fragile. Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
I love our our relationship is so amazing. It's great.
Mm,
You know, the duo relationship is so unique, right, for
mhm,
each duo and just yeah, the way we play together is just it's so much fun and so
mm, mm,
it's great to listen to again too, you know, it's just it's very we're each very free, but we're traveling on the same road together. You know, it's really wonderful.
mm, mm, mm. Now I feel I I could do I can be better.
Well,
Now
I mean, you know, of course, you know, because we're always growing, and that was 12 years ago, long
I
time.
really need to support to you more, but I think I didn't.
No,
uh,
I loved it. I thought it was wonderful, and there were moments when your response was, it was just like,
mm,
oh,
mm, mm.
that was great. Yeah, I just, I loved it. I love
Thanks,
listening to it.
thanks.
Really great.
Great interpretation and great voice.
Well, that one, that was a real, yeah, I love the record. The record has
Mm,
great songs on it. And we just did a really, the only thing we didn't do was an original of yours.
mm.
We did a bunch of mine and some other songs that were really cool. California, or what was it called? All the Right Reasons. Da 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 da. I love you for all the right reasons.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. Also, I remember the ironic waltz. That's beautiful. Is it that's your tune, right?
Yes, that is.
Wow.
Thank you. Do you remember Mon David, the singer,
Mon David.
the Filipino
Mm,
jazz singer?
I don't remember.
He's great. I'm gonna have to send you a copy of
Yeah.
what he just did with that song. He's a very,
Mm,
very strong singer, and he just did a single gig, which he normally doesn't do, playing guitar and singing. And he sang that song, and it was great. It made me laugh a lot. It was what he
mm,
did with
mm,
it. It was wonderful. But
mm,
yeah, yeah, I loved our version too. It was very whimsical, very, magical. Very nice. Yeah, Cho. I can't wait to do more. It's going to be fun. Taylor would like to know if there's any jazz standards that you love for inspiration, that you keep playing, like you'll investigate again and again.
Jazz standard tune. I really like Cole Porter's tune
Oh,
because has such a long form, I guess.
yeah,
Compare Cutwell or compare Richard Rogers,
yeah,
compare Victor Young or Jerome Khan. I think Cole Porter's tune has like such a long form. So I really like that, and I try to imitate that kind of like development of the song form.
yeah. There are some of his songs that are very unusual, like that.
Mm, mm,
Yeah,
mm.
yeah. He is an unusual composer. His lyrics as well are very well. They're funny. They're kind of funny, but it's kind of the music too. They develop. You know.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
I also really like Hoagie Carmichael.
Yeah.
Stardust is my favorite tune.
Ah.
Yeah. Mm. What
Yeah.
else? Mm. So many great tunes. Uh,
Taylor also would like to know what influences you the most about the music of Korea. Um, uh, like he's very fascinated with the instrumentation and also how it's developed historically. But what influences you? I
mm,
would guess, is Korean music considered folk music?
you mean Korean traditional music
Yeah,
or Korean pop music?
traditional, I believe.
Um, it's more like ethnical, very unique, and use not so many notes. Like, for example, Western music has 12 notes, but Korean music um, only using 5 notes, pentatonical.
Mm,
But in the pentatonical, a lot of flexibility of the changing the tune, like Indian music. Uh, but many different rhythms, um, so many different kind of rhythms. I still try to learn. Um, Recently, I practiced chilche. Chilche is like 7/8. Onmori, chajinmori. The
oh,
many. It's like Brazilian music, like
oh,
partido alto, maracatu, like many different kind of clave. And also in Korean music has many different kind of clave and different kind of meters.
yeah.
Um, Very interesting. Um,
Is is
Recent,
there is there some percussion instruments that are native to Korea?
yeah, so many percussion instrument, changu and jing is like kind of like big, huge, like Chinese gong, but like small version. Changu is like two different heads. It's like bata, like African instrument,
Yeah.
like exactly like bata,
Oh, huh.
um, like low pitch and high pitch.
Uh-huh.
And I also so um, you know like Hungarian in instrument dulcimer.
Yes.
We have same kind of instrument.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
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 Also, we have a pak, which is like when 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 um when music start,
Yeah.
we put like starting cue,
Huh.
then the music starts. Only one bit, then the music starts. And what else? Kwengari. Kwengari is like small version of the cymbal. It's like small size of the cymbal.
Yeah.
Do you know that we have many trade between Turkish and Iranian long
Oh,
time ago,
no.
like 400-500, like during the Middle Age, we had many we had many traders,
Yeah.
Persian and Iranian.
Yeah.
Um, there's one story, the Persian prince came and he got married with the Korean princess.
Really?
Yeah. When you come to Korea, where I think I will take you that city, Gyeongju is very famous city.
Huh.
Uh, a lot of influence of like Arabic and Persian.
Wow.
So um, because when we talk about the symbols, I think it's coming from them because like hammered, we use hammered cymbals,
Yeah.
small size.
Yeah.
I think it came out from over there,
Yeah. That's
especially
interesting.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
especially Gyeongju area has a lot of like architecture, religion, and customs, instrument, even the food. Uh, so many influence from them.
So, um, an obvious question for me is, was there a lineage of people from that union? Was there, were there babies that were mixed, and did they get into the culture?
Probably yes, because that period during the Middle Age, um, when Korean women get married, we put like we painted the chin and right here,
Yeah.
which is third eye.
Yeah.
That custom coming from India,
Okay.
Aryan community,
Yeah.
basically. Like
Yeah.
so, we have so many. Also, like very similar vocabulary too, like Tamil from south part of India in Korean language is very similar.
Oh,
Mm,
wow. I did not know this.
yeah, yeah. So we have such a unique culture, unique history,
Yeah.
but we get many influence from Aryan, Persian, and Arabic community.
And of course, that was when Korea was all one, not North and South, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting to me too, how the effects of living with North and South Korea are, into the culture and the music and the, everything. It's, um, I think that's a deep subject.
Mm.
Um, so about you personally, you were born in South America, Argentina, is that correct? Or born here,
No,
American,
I was
Korea?
born in Korea, Seoul, Korea,
Yeah.
and but I grew up in Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Okay, so your family moved there when you were very young.
Yes, yes. So I grew up in Buenos Aires
Do I
from 80.
remember do I remember correctly? Was your father a musician or was he?
Yes, my father was a drummer, like a first jazz generation in Korea.
Oh, okay. And why did they move to Argentina?
He had many tours in South America, and he really liked that. And one day he decided to move over there.
Oh, so
Yeah.
how many years did you grow up there?
Since 1986 until 1996. 1996, I went to Boston to study jazz music.
So
So I
you like
spent I, s- I
all of
spent
your
11 years.
so like from when you were something like nine or something, 9 or 10, you
When I was 13, our family moved to
wow,
Argentina.
that must have
When
been
I was
very different for you.
Yeah, yeah. But that age we learn immediately. So um, I didn't have many difficulty
Hmm.
learning, adapting new culture.
Were you already playing piano?
Yes.
Yeah. Was your mother musical as well?
No, 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 no. My mother is ama de casa, housewife. Yeah.
And what about siblings? Did you have brothers or sisters?
I have two sisters. One younger sister, she lives in Argentina. She married with an Argentinian guy. My older sister, she lives in Japan.
Wow.
Now
All-
she's traveling Qatar to watch World Cup game.
Oh, how cool. And what
Mm.
about your parents? Are they still alive? Are they in Argentina?
My father, he passed away to 2014,
Ah,
and my mom still live in Buenos Aires.
oh, wow. So do you travel to Buenos Aires?
Yes, every 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
Sometimes she comes, sometimes I go there.
yeah. When you go there, do you get involved in the music as well?
You know what? I didn't spend much time recently, but 2018, I went to play over there with Zach Hammond. Do you know the drummer?
Yes.
Zach
Cool.
and Ho Gyu Hwang. He's one of the best Korean jazz contrabass player. He went also Monk Institute.
Ah,
So Zach went to Monk Institute, and me and Hogyu, we went same school.
yeah.
So we went for playing Buenos Aires Jazz Festival 2018, and a lot of change because I didn't go back to Argentina so many years, but a lot of great clubs. Um, the Argentina has a lot of European influence, so the great concert hall is amazing. The great quality of the audience. Probably you should go to Argentina to the show and concert. They will really loves you. Yeah,
Nice. Is
great audience in Argentina. Yeah.
was it Zach who was? I don't think so. Who was? It was Ryan, right? Ryan lived in Korea teaching for a while.
Yes, Ryan McCullicuddy. He
Yeah,
was living here. I think for like 4 or 5 years, but
yeah.
he moved back to
The
U.S. I
mid,
guess. Yeah.
yeah, I think the Midwest, right?
Mm, mm.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's really nice to know. I have been to Argentina, but I haven't really gone and hung out in Buenos Aires. I I gave a workshop, or I was part of a workshop in I can never remember the name. It was a beautiful town. It was kind of a college town, and I brought a vocal group that I had at the time, and
Rosario,
may,
Rosario,
maybe,
maybe Cordoba, Rosario.
maybe.
Mm,
Um, and we went, it was during the summer, and the workshop took place on an island that you could only get to on the summer because otherwise the water covered the road.
I see, I see.
And
Wow.
Hermeto Pascual was there.
Alberto Pascual.
Yeah, and it was
Wow.
Pedro Aznar was there. It was
Pedro Aznar.
yeah,
Mhm,
it was great. It was a really
mm,
beautiful
mm,
time.
mm.
Well, I just heard Pedro Aznar with this wonderful group. Um, what was it? Was an Argentinian group. I'm going to have to look for that information. That was and send it to you because I think you'd be interested, or you may know them. I'm just writing this down because I want to remember Argentinian group with Pedro and wonderful. When I went to France
Mhm.
this last few weeks, I went to a
I see.
workshop first,
Uh-huh.
and at the workshop was an instrumentalist from Argentina. Very
Mm,
wonderful guy, wonderful instrumentalist, and he turned me on to this beautiful music. Just
mm,
great.
mm,
It's yeah, really beautiful. So I'm gonna look for that and send it to you. I think
mm.
you'll find it beautiful if you don't know them already. Uh,
Yeah, I want to hear that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, so okay, then you went to Berkeley in Boston,
Yes. Hmm.
and I remember meeting you there actually one year. We were both there at the same time, and so did you go for 4 years, or how long were you there at Berkeley?
I I was there 5 years. I spent 5 years in Boston, Berklee Coliseum Music, and then I went to NEC
Oh, okay.
for master degree for 1 years. Uh, from second year, I participated in audition of Monk Institute in USC,
Oh,
California.
oh,
So I did 1 year master degree in NEC, and I, I moved to
LA.
USC, California. Yeah, that
And
was a 2001.
how long were you in the Monk Institute?
From 2001 to 2003.
Wow, probably a lot of great musicians have come out of there during that time, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Um, we studied with Dave Holland,
Uh,
Mark Turner, uh, Christian McBride,
oh,
Terence Blanchard, and Wayne Shorter. He came a few times and played play a few ensembles. And Herbie came many times.
yeah.
And John Scofield came for teach.
Uh, wow.
And of course, Kenny Barron came.
Uh-huh.
And there's one trombone player. I don't remember. He also played the shells and trombones.
The Shell.
Yeah, the shell, huge shell.
That was the guy from New York. Forget his name. It hasn't. Yeah, yeah, that guy is really wonderful, isn't he? Um, yeah, can't quite remember his name. I
I
know
don't
him
remember.
though. I have his music too. Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't listened to him in a little while, but
Mm.
yeah, yeah. What is his name? I forget.
Great trombone player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He plays
So
trombone and shells and
yeah,
a lot
just
of ethnic.
wonderful, beautiful music. So let me ask you, you must have been pretty thrilled to go to the Monk Institute and have all this stimulation and
Yeah.
make music with your friends who were good too, right? They were because you had to be a certain level of player to get in, and you must have been pretty happy and excited to be there.
Yeah, I was very, very happy. Also, I was very naive too because I was young. Um, great alumni, great friends like Dana Stevens and Lionel Weke
Uh-huh.
and Gretchen Palato was there too
Ah,
with the same class.
yeah.
And Massimo Bioccartin on bass. And Frank Name is Hungarian drummer, great drummer. And Nick Baena was playing trombone. Now he touring with Michael Bublé.
Oh, cool.
Interesting um, band. Very unique band.
Yeah. It must have been so much fun. Let's see. I know Allison Wedding went there too. I think she was, oh no, wait. Am I thinking right? No, I think Allison went to UNT. I think she was the first singer at UNT, jazz singer. I can't remember the whole thing, but
Mm.
anyway, um,
She's my favorite singer too. Alison Bell Redding. Yeah,
isn't she beautiful?
yeah. Great singer.
Yeah.
Mm.
Did you ever hear her version of the Beatles song "And I Love Him"?
Yeah.
That just
Mm.
kills me, you
Mm.
know, when she gets to the "And I Love Him" and she doesn't sing it. And it's like it just hangs out there. Oh my God, that is so gorgeous. Oh, thank you, Roland. Yes, Steve Turre.
Steve Turre, yes.
Thank you. Oh my God.
I'm getting old.
Me too.
50 I'm going to be 51 years old. This next year is gonna be 51.
Wow. Cool.
I'm too old.
You're not too old. You're getting better with age. Yeah, wait till you hit 60. 60 is a really good age. Then you just don't care anymore. You know, you don't you don't care about getting old. You don't care what people think. You may think you think that now, but when you're 60, it really happens. It's like, yeah, whatever.
Mm. Kathy, are you still doing master class in your place, like inviting the
Yeah.
vocalist? Mm.
Yes. Yes, I am. I just started back into that, after the whole COVID period. Um,
Mm.
Recently, I had the Danish jazz singer Sinne Eeg come,
Mm.
and I created a workshop for her, but it was at my friend Alan Goldman's house, which
Hmm.
when you come here, we'll play there.
I
Um,
see. Yeah.
but anyway, people kept asking me, when are you going to do it again? So I actually started just now in December. I have two workshops coming up.
I see. Wow.
Yeah. So, um, who knows what the COVID thing is? And supposedly there's a new strain coming around too. But
Mm.
I think everybody's so tired of dealing with it hiding, you know,
Mm.
being
Hmm.
locked away. Although some people still are really true to their masks and everything, and I don't blame them. It can be scary. People have lost friends and loved ones, but I think a lot of people are just kind of tired of you know
Mm.
treating it, letting it run our lives.
Mm.
So yeah, so I'm starting up again, and yeah, I'll see how it feels and what happens. But I had no trouble signing people up. So
Yeah. I remember you invite now I remember her name was Stephanie Haynes.
yeah,
Yeah, it was
that's
really
how it
really
went.
good. master class in your place. Yeah.
Yeah. You were the pianist, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, she was a great singer, really great singer. And I have gotten back into private teaching a lot. I've been getting new
Mm.
students and students live and on Zoom. And yeah, it's interesting. And I redid my website um, to reflect my more spiritual nature, you know,
Mhm.
because I really like teaching students who realize that they're ready to grow, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so I wanted to be more attached to that. And
Mhm.
I guess that's definitely people have been reaching for that. So that's the kind of students I really love to teach, somebody who's ready to look,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
grow and learn. So I've been having a good time with that.
Mm.
Yeah. Are you teaching too?
Yes, I'm teaching Korean art school. I'm teaching arrangement, orchestration,
Okay.
and composition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a classical music school, but I'm teaching like jazz material for
Oh, that's cool. That
that.
must that
I
must
was
be
lucky.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must be
I
very
was very
interesting.
lucky.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I was performance major, but I'm teaching arrangement and composition in classical music school.
Yeah, yeah, that's really interesting. You must have really interesting students, like wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they are very smart and they are already working out as a director and co-producer. Yeah, great student, great quality.
yeah. Um, uh, are you don't have a website, right?
I don't have a website, but I have a Instagram.
Okay.
You, I'm posting a lot of my concert and my arrangement scores, my painting, and my exhibitions, etc., etc.
So if I go to your Instagram, let's see if I can get there. Let's see. Instagram and looking for you. Is it, would I say Yoonseung Cho?
Yes, Yoonseungcho.
There you are.
Yeah, that's it.
Now,
She's a great saxophone player. She's young.
ah,
She's a great alto player. Her name is Lee Soo-jung.
is there music on this one? Oh, there's the super sax.
Yeah, yeah. Music of that's pure imagination.
Sorry, what did you
Arranged
say?
pure imagination arranged by the bass player Kim Young-hoo.
Oh, no sound on this video. Okay. So now I wanted to see. Oh, there's Lisa Rich on here. But is this all your? No. This is not your stuff, right?
No, 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 no,
So
no.
if I go to you
Yeah.
now, if I go to this, do I go to you?
Yes.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I remember seeing this because there's you posted music on the side.
Yeah, all the composition and arrangement. So
Now,
people can see. Hmm.
yeah. Is there? Wow, that's beautiful. If I, oh, there's your songbook. There's your Brazilian songbook.
Mhm.
Cool. That, that's a great picture. And is this? What is this?
A few weeks ago, I went to New York, and we took the helicopter from Brooklyn to Manhattan to go to Manhattan.
Wow. Really? Wow,
You
that's
know,
pretty
a lot
cool.
of traffic in New York, so we took helicopter.
This is great. You hardly ever see a picture like this. Yeah.
Mm.
And what about some artwork? Do you have some artwork here?
Yes.
Oh, that's a great picture. Is that your child there?
Yes. My son.
Isn't that's a
Uh,
really cool picture. Wow. So, let's see. Of course, this is your artwork, right? The piano.
yes, yes, yes.
And somewhere else, can I see your artwork?
Um, yeah, maybe it can go down. Actually, that one is my wife's uh the drawing. That's the blue one is my artwork.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's your piano.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And your wife drew something too? What did your wife?
Yes,
This one?
the left one, my wife drew.
This Art of Giving or
Yeah, Art of Giving. Yeah, the top one. Yeah,
wow,
that one. Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Mm.
Wow. Really lovely.
She's doing a lot of drawing for my concert poster.
That's beautiful.
Mm.
I love that. Yeah. So she did this one too?
Yes, the same thing.
Yeah. Wow. And
That is the flower.
that's a drawing?
Yeah, that's drawing.
Oh. It almost looks like it would be like yarn or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's amazing. I don't know how she
Mm.
does that. Oh, I mean, I can't imagine where she even starts, but anyway, it's really beautiful. Oh, and is there anything that we should listen to on this?
Um, well, when you go to the the black and white,
Here?
yeah, that one. Is
Yeah.
that
Is that the one?
yeah, that's
Part
the resolution Love Spring by Coltrane, John Coltrane.
Let's listen
Yeah,
because it's very short, but let's
yeah,
listen to
yeah.
that. Whoa. Wow. Wow. That sounds great. Wow.
Yeah, we recorded that, and it's gonna come out in LP too, the live
Wow.
album. Yeah.
That's great. I love some of your pictures. Now I want to look at you. Oh, I'm sure you took
the
a picture.
this middle one, she's a
Pretty.
very famous Korean K-pop star.
This one
The
right here?
yeah, the she's a Korean jazz singer, the
Uh-huh.
right one with the blue dress.
Oh, a different one. Oh, I see. This
Uh,
one right here.
yeah, she is a very famous Korean like K-pop star. Her
Cool.
name is Ok Juyeon. Mhm.
Excuse me.
She's a great singer. Mm.
And it says romantic partners. What is that? Is that the name?
That was the concert title.
Ah, okay.
Mm.
Now, why weren't you wearing the
I have big head. Didn't fit.
and who is this?
She's a Korean singer. She's a young jazz singer. Um, we're having duet gig in the concert hall, also trio.
Oh,
I think she wants. Her name is Hajel, and I talked to her about you, and she really wants to meet you.
oh, cool.
But she has many gigs in Korea.
Uh-huh.
One day probably she will go to LA to meet you. Yeah.
Cool. I'll be happy to meet her. And this is a performance hall?
Yeah, that's performance of that was during Japanese colony. That was there was a fabric industry during the Japanese colony. This is very historical building, but now they renovate, they renew the place, they make concert hall.
Looks great. Looks like a good concert hall, probably. It's built really well.
Uh,
Um, this is a cute picture.
this group is a great tenor player. His father and my father were friends
Oh,
40, 50 years ago.
uh,
His father was great tenor player and my father was drummer and they played together for a
oh,
long time. And the lady, she is a Korean traditional artist. Uh, she plays Korean traditional music. She plays Korean fiddle.
what an
And
interesting instrument that
yeah,
looks.
very unique setting. And the left one, she plays bandoneon. She went to study in Argentina.
Oh, wow.
So we were uh, me and the tenor player play jazz, the fiddle player playing Korean traditional music, and the lady in the left side, she plays bandoneon. And I made the arrangement of tango and Korean traditional music and jazz mixed together. The name of the group is Tango Wing, Tango and Swing. we
Wow.
went to we went to we participate Jarasam Jazz Festival, which is one of the big festival in Korea.
Yeah,
Or probably you should come. Jarasam Festival is like Java Jazz Festival in Indonesia, one
yeah,
of big jazz festival in Korea.
yeah. I'd love to do that. Is this did you record this music?
Yes, I will send you. We record, and I have a YouTube, I guess. When you put the tangoing,
Okay, let me see that.
or maybe Jarasam Jazz Festival 2021, maybe you can see tangoing.
Well, let's see. That's how you spell it, tangoing, right?
Tangoing.
With a W?
Yeah, with W.
Well,
Maybe you should put Jarasam Jazz Festival 2001, JARASUM.
okay. Here we are. There's a bunch of different people.
Yeah, 2001.
2001. Yep, I have that. Let's see. Ooh, yummy. Richard Bona. So good, right? That's
Yeah,
2015, 2018. Oh, well, looking. You said 2001, right?
yeah, 2001. You can write Tango Wing.
Ah, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one. Yeah, that one.
Wow.
Crazy.
How
Uh,
interesting. That's really interesting.
crazy, huh? Yeah,
Yeah.
very unique instrumentation because Korean fiddle has only two strings,
Yeah.
and baritone sax, like contrabass in tango music, and
Yeah.
bandoneon and piano. And different tune I was playing a Fender or the two. So the timbre sound wise it was very unique and very rhythmical too. But
Yeah.
no drum, no
Yeah.
percussion.
Sounds very Argentinian, but that the sound of the fiddle was is it's very
Scary.
human-like.
It's,
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Interesting.
Maybe uh, Korean fiddle is like yeah, that sounds like human voice too.
Yeah.
Mm. There are one of great recording and kayakam and fiddle um, is very remarkable, great recording. Um, I I remember the title Labyrinth. So that's the name of the album and name of the tune. Um, with many um, writers and many Korean audience, um, they wrote all of the review. This is the music of the ghost, and I will send you the track, and you will when you hear that it's very scary music. It's not horror music. It's Korean traditional music, but very scary.
Huh.
That very interesting. It's not human. It's beyond the human capability. When you hear that Korean fiddle, it's very unique. I I think you will love it. Yeah, I will send you the track.
Okay, cool. Wow. Nice. Um, there's a oh, so and can people buy recordings of tangoing?
Oh no, because it was a live recording, and I didn't have the permission. I think the Jarasam Jazz Committee has the copyright.
I see.
Because I signed, you know, it's Jarasam's property. It's not my. That was my music. That
Yeah.
was my arrangement, but I don't have right to release the album.
Okay. um, Taylor would like to ask you a question about your teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when you teach, do you change your teaching philosophy, or do you focus on one thing or certain things always?
Oh, when I teaching in university, it's classical university, classical music school.
Yeah.
So the older student they don't have a knowledge of the modern harmony, advanced harmony. They don't know about the chord change. So, but they are great writers and arrangers. So I teach them how to read chord symbols,
Yeah.
Western symbols,
Yeah.
and I also teach how to use chord scale.
Uh-huh.
And I also writing like counterpoint and traditional harmony, and I teach them how to combine traditional material and jazz music together because all the student has classical background. They don't have a contemporary music background, so mm, they need to cover all the basic like jazz harmony and but some depends on student. Some student really want to talk, like philosophy, how to make the music, and because they already know how to handle the writing, they have a great skill of the writing. Also, they focus on more my experience because they study only in Korea. They didn't go to study US. So many students asking me like my past experience studying in Berklee, NEC, USC, and Monk Institute.
What would you
So
say? What would you say? Like you're asking about the philosophy. Um, what would you say is an important point of view that you like to give them about the philosophy of what they're doing?
yeah, um, I'm doing same thing and try to not afraid when you create new things because many people they afraid they have anxiety because they don't know how to control. They don't know um when they have some moment of unexpected moment, they don't know how to handle that.
Yeah,
But I think that's the chance
yeah,
to go different direction, go to different dimension, and go to different zone. So I think it is very difficult to understand, but they are still young, and I try to. Sometimes I invite my concert to show to when we start in this place, and I really want to go to some different place.
yeah,
So I try to show them to through my performance. Sometimes it is really hard to explain my experience or my philosophy because it's very abstract. So I try to invite my show and I show how does it make with sound. And I really like that phrase. I try to not afraid when we try new things. That is, I think, very important sentence for them and for me too.
yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Try not to be afraid. And what's so great about that is that's that's an idea, when you're afraid, that's the idea that blocks you, right? It holds you
Right,
back.
right. That's
If you
biggest
can,
enemy.
yeah, if you can just
Yeah,
let that go and start,
yeah.
then something can happen. Yeah,
Maybe there can be mistake, but that mistake opens up, and that mistake is good chance to go to different level.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah.
I've been taking voice lessons from different teachers actually because I've kind of been on a quest
Mm,
to have my voice be as comfortable for me and producing well.
mm,
And so it's pretty fascinating taking from different teachers and being a teacher myself. Um,
mm.
you know, and I remember reading a book about um, maybe 25 famous classical singers. It's called something like The Greatest Singers. And,
Uh-huh.
and each
Mm,
chapter is about how they study and learn, and
mm-hmm,
everybody is different. They're all
mm,
like the most famous singers on the planet, classical
mm-hmm.
singers, but they all have different focuses and different,
Different perspective. Yeah.
yeah. So Um, I think that's pretty interesting too, especially when you're teaching. I, I, teaching a class is great. It's kind of like teaching a workshop. Each person has a different um, perspective, good points, bad points, And in a
mhm,
class situation, other students can learn if they're open.
mhm,
They can learn from those too. And of course, private students, it's just it's so interesting to get into their head and
mm,
see how they look at it all, and what's holding them back, you know, and how do you get in as a teacher? How do you open the door for them? It's pretty fascinating,
mhm,
isn't it?
mm.
Teaching.
Um, I need to practice more to be good teacher. I still need more a lot of experience. Yeah.
Well, I think it
Uh,
goes forever. I mean,
mm,
even in 20 years, you're still going to learn something about teaching. Is
I,
is higher education like colleges, is that free in Korea or is it affordable?
there are many scholarship systems, but you mean the quality of the college or the you mean the tuition?
Yeah, tuition, is it free?
No, it's not free.
Uh,
It's very capitalist. uh, it's kind of expensive, but not that expensive. I think like $5,000 per semester,
okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
5 or 6,000 US dollar per semester.
do people in Korea have that kind of money to spend?
Um, I think so because Korean parents they helping a lot their kid. Also, all the Korean students they are very hard worker. They work a lot.
Mm.
Um, Daytime they go to school, and nighttime they have two, three different jobs.
Oh,
Uh, yeah. As a composer, they work. Some student already the music director. Some
yeah.
student they work for company. Some student they work for K-pop, like writing center. Many different jobs. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
But K-pop really has become so popular over
so
these.
popular, so successful. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's huge.
Mm,
And it's definitely in the last, I don't know, ten years or less, it's come over here
mm,
to the States and become popular as well, right?
mm. I'm working with many Korean K-pop artists. Um, I did few arrangements for Girls' Generation. Do you know Girls' Generation? For
No.
Yuna,
Uh-huh.
and also Paul Kim. He's great singer-songwriter. When he opens up the concert ticket online, is already sold out in 1 second.
Wow.
And he has so many tour. Actually, um, he's his company, the president was my student in LA.
Oh, really?
His name
Oh.
is Donnie Jang.
Okay.
He's also a great composer.
Oh.
When I was teaching at Musicians Institute in Hollywood, and he came to me, I was so busy and I didn't teach him. But now he's a CEO in company, so now I have to do this to him.
That's funny. Did you meet June Lee in at MI?
Yes, yes, I mean,
Yeah.
no. Before I go to MI, I we meet in the gig, in the
Oh,
one of our gig, and I was playing one gig, and he came. He's sitting, and we really like each other, and
yeah.
from that point we work out a lot
Yeah.
as a duet, vocal and piano.
So for those of you listening, June Lee was the creator of the Blue Whale here in LA.
Yeah,
great jazz club, international
Mm,
jazz club that lasted
mm,
10 years, and but now lives in Korea. And
mm.
yeah. Wow. Oh, thanks, Dan. Dan found your credits in allmusic.com. Let's see. Oh, I'm sure there's more. I don't know if you know this site, Joe. I'll show it to you. So this is All Music. It's called allmusic.com.
I
And
see.
yeah, and then you can actually go in and add things.
Uh-huh.
Oh, look,
Uh-huh.
there I am with you.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I had actually looked at this. So here's all your projects that sometimes they're incorrect, but this looks like they're pretty correct.
Mm,
But you probably have many, many more. This is only 12 projects, something like that. So
mm-hmm.
and there's an area songs. Um, so I guess that's from the records and discography.
I see.
I might have even added that. I don't know. Maybe I
Mm,
added maybe I added us.
mm.
Maybe.
I did so many like arrangement for K-pop artists, like over 100, 200 songs. So I get quite good copyrights like every month,
Wow.
the money goes my account. Yeah, it's good to
Oh,
do that sometime. Yeah,
yeah, I
for
would
jazz musicians especially. Mm,
Um, well, one last question for you.
mhm,
What are you looking forward to doing? I know you're planning on coming here, and we're planning on
mhm.
doing some work together, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Um, but what else are you looking forward to?
I'm studying, you know, like I'm keep studying, searching like new materials from classical composer,
Uh-huh.
and also now I have a great uh company. Um, my friends, I have a few friends, great string players, string quartet.
Yeah.
I'm writing a lot of string quartet and piano, and we will have many concerts, like minimal music, and it's like semi jazz contemporary music. Um, and keep writing a lot of like string lines for them, and they're really, really great, fine string player in Korea, one of the best top player. So whatever I write sounds already good because they have a good instrument, good tuning, and good
Yeah.
fills. So probably I'm gonna spend a lot of time writing strings music.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to grow my film music skill. So I'm I'm gonna have more like writing. I'm gonna spend a lot of time writing string music for next year, probably. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna play the ironic waltz
Mm.
that you and I did, because I want to play one more song before we leave. You know, it's been
Hmm.
2 hours actually. See?
Wow, really?
And you thought it was going to be too hard.
I need to practice my English.
I think your English
Oh,
did great. I
no,
understood, and the people
no.
listening understood. Um,
12 years I didn't speak English for 12 years.
well, I'm going to play it, but I want to thank you. Thanks for being on. I know it's late
Thank you so
for
much
you.
for having me. It was a pleasure to be in your YouTube and Zoom program. Thank you, Cathy.
Thank you. It's great to have you here. And for those of you listening next week, I have the live guests. I have one from Slovenia, which is Andrej Ofak, He has an interesting
Mm,
story. He's a
mhm.
guitarist, and he's had a duo since he was 11 with a an accordionist there. And
Mm,
it's good music. It's a mixture. It's beautiful. And then Tuesday, I'm actually going to have Mon David, the Filipino jazz singer who I was
I
mentioning.
see. I see.
Yeah, and
Mondavi.
yes, and Wednesday, a vocalist in Germany who I came across, Jeff Cascaro, and so that's going to be
Mm,
nice. Um, I was going to have Jim Keltner, the drummer, next week,
mhm,
but he had to postpone,
mm.
so we'll do him later. But so I'm going to play the Ironic Waltz. Thanks for being here, you guys, and thank you, Cho.
Thank you.
And Cho, you can either listen or you can leave, whichever. I know it's late there for you, so whatever you want to do is okay, okay?
Thank you. Yeah, I will listen.
Okay, okay. I love you. Here we go. The Ironic Waltz.
Life can be sometimes absurd. You think you're moving ahead, out in the blue, wandering through, caught in the ironic waltz. All of a sudden you are there, forced in a moment of time, strangely afraid, lost on your way, caught in the ironic waltz, living in the moment, looking for the beauty, trying hard to be above it all at once the thought that you are not alone, and we are all the pieces to this perfect puzzle, brings you back home to the waltz, balancing yin and the yang, living today, playing the game, caught in the ironic flame, caught in the ironic waltz.
Oh, great, great performance.
Fun.
Mm.
All right, Cho, Yoonseung Cho, my friend. I hope you sleep well.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on. It was fun.
It was fun. Yeah. Thank you so much for showing my music.
Absolutely.
Thank
My
you.
pleasure. And good night.
Good night. Yeah. See you soon. See you soon in
Okay.
LA. Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody.